Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. I am Beth. Um, Everybody calls me Beth. Elizabeth or Beth is fine. Um, and I am doing your mid-October videos for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Aries. Okay, so right now I can tell you guys are having a really tough month, and I feel like a lot of you have been watching my dailies, and you might not be getting as much out of it because you're like, I want her to do the mid. I want to see, you need more. I feel like you need more, especially you Aries, because you guys have been through. You got the fire trine that just happened, Mercury in retrograde. We've got a lot of other planetary stuff going on, and let's just take a look to see what we've got now. My videos are a little bit shorter than they were for my mid-September. That's just because I do have some time constraints, but I'm going to try to do a full reading. If I don't do the full reading, then full Celtic Cross, then I'm just going to pick a few cards out of the Celtic Cross that I feel like are for messages that are important. So let's see. And I am going to be doing November's as well, a couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. So just shuffled. I'm just rolling out your spread here. Bear with me. Yeah, so this is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Aries. And this takes the place of my October 19th daily video, okay? And I'm really happy to see that Aries, things are going along. Things are coming along here. Things are coming along. I feel like the energy shifted a little bit for you, which is really good because when I did my October videos, I know that there are some really tough energy happening, especially with relationships. And it's still kind of going back. I think like you guys are going to be going back and forth from having like the highs, basically the highs and the lows. Your relationship, if you're in a relationship right now, there are highs and there are lows, and it's volatile. It's a roller coaster ride, and you guys are you can be very docile and sweet, but then you can also be, very aggressive. You do have an aggressive side, and I feel like you're juggling two things right now. So like, interestingly, okay, I'm just gonna start at the beginning. Where you're at right now is this good fortune and happiness card, which is an amazing card. It's a very green, beautiful card. And it's about feeling blessed, feeling like you have money, feeling like, maybe money's coming in, or you just, you've been really lucky recently. Financially, you're doing pretty good. Now, this is not for all Aries. This is for some Aries. Some of you, that's what you're thinking right now. It could also be that you're very focused on money right now. You want good fortune and happiness. You want bigger money. You want to expand what you already have. Maybe you feel like the money you have isn't big enough. Like you're trying to create like maybe a nest egg. Some of you may be older. And you're trying to like retire, or you're just thinking you need bigger money and you're working towards figuring out how you can make more money or how you can, expand your wealth. What's going on right now, what's crossing you is the juggler. The juggler is someone that either has two jobs, two women, two ideas, and again, it's funny because I was just talking about the highs and lows of your relationship. I feel like your relationship plays a part in this, and I'm not exactly sure why I'm getting that. I just feel like it is playing a part in it. I feel like for you, you're trying to balance the demands of your relationship with the demands of your pocketbook, right? You're trying to figure out, how do I balance this relationship and money, But also could be this relationship and your career, How do I maintain my individuality when I'm in a relationship with this person? It's kind of like that. And Aries is very like notorious for becoming like their personality just dissolves when it's in a relationship with somebody else. The other person becomes dominant. A lot of times, depending on the Aries, the other person can become dominant. If you're a guy, you are more dominant a lot of times, but there can be some dominant Aries females. So it really just depends. But I feel like in this relationship, for you Aries that are watching this, you're trying to figure out how to balance your career and your relationship. And you know, you've got, and because you're focused on the money. You're focused on the money, which isn't unusual for Aries. Aries are very materialistic, and I know people don't like my videos when I talk about Aries like this, but I feel like Aries are, they excuse me, they lust after money more than a lot of the other signs do. It's just something that they want. And I think it's because in the last life, they were Libras, and they gave a lot of their money to other people. And so in this life, it's they're like, no, they're like, no, I need money for me. I need more. Although this is a good card as far as giving. So you may be thinking about giving some of your money to someone, Aries. But I feel like there is risk involved, okay, in this juggling. In this juggling between your career and your relationship, there's risk. This guy, this juggler, only has one foot on the ground here. So the message is like only one, not even one leg to stand on. I feel like your partner wants more from you, and if he or she wins, then you're not going to be able to have a career. They want you more, I feel like, as the housewife or the house husband, you know. Excuse me. Okay, so the foundation here is actually you're looking for answers. Maybe you're, you know, this is the psychic. This is like me. So maybe this is why you're watching this video. I'm like the shaggy bark hickory tree. That's what this is. I'm an old crusty psychic. You know, not really. I'm just kidding. I'm only 32. But you're looking for answers. You're trying to figure out what it is that you need to do to make your dreams come true. You know? And this is also waiting on a phone call or, you know, doing research. I feel like Aries love to go back to school. So maybe you're thinking about going back to school, or maybe you're doing research of some kind. You're spending time just reading and writing and on the computer, and you love to read, and maybe you have a big library of books. This is spending a lot of time at the library. In the past, you've been in survival mode several times. I feel like several times in your life you've been in survival mode. But this is also the aggressive side of an Aries. This is you being aggressive. This is you being very defensive and going, you know, on the one side you're defensive, but then you go into full-blown attack mode. And you hurt some people. I feel like you've hurt some people, and those people I feel like you need to apologize to. You know, really say you're sorry for hurting them. Even if they don't ever want to speak to you again, it doesn't matter. You need to still say you're sorry. You know, it's like Aries, you're always ready for a fight. And Aries are ruled, you know, by what is that? That one star that's just that very, well, Aries are ruled by Mars, and Mars is aggressive. So this is I feel like the worst came out in you not that long ago. Okay, and maybe you got into something with somebody, and I feel like you're really focused on proving yourself to the world, and you're willing to lash out, and you do lash out at others just to save yourself, just to save face, just to make yourself look better than them. You don't want anybody telling you that you're wrong. You can't be told that you're wrong ever. And that's not the right place to be. You need to sort of adopt more of an open mind and think, you know, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. And that's okay to be wrong. It's okay. It doesn't mean you're not smart. It doesn't mean that you're not capable of having, you know, a good career, or that you're not capable of. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're less of a person because you admitted to somebody that they were right. It doesn't mean that you're less. It just means that, you admitted they were right, and that's it. And you move on. But this obsessive, I feel like there's an obsession with being right. And not being, you cannot be told that you are wrong. And especially, it's more about being told that you're wrong. If somebody tells you you are wrong, it's like the red flag. It's like the flames. It's like your head blows up. And it triggers something in you. Maybe you were bullied as a kid. Maybe you were in a relationship where you were bullied. Maybe somebody tried to overpower you way too many times, and you felt powerless. So when somebody tells you you're wrong, you're like, no, that's not, you're like, no, no, no. And you're fighting, and it's not a good place to be. You don't want to always be ready for a fight. You want to just, if somebody talks to you about something, you need to remain calm enough, and you need to be in a good place yourself. You need to feel good about yourself. You need to, I feel like their survival mode kicked in at certain times for you. And it's like you suffer from post-traumatic stress. And people that suffer from post-traumatic stress oftentimes their adrenal glands are constantly going, and they're like in this mode of fighting. So like they don't even realize they're in the fighting mode, but they're always in fighting mode. They're always in fight. Always in fight. They're not fighting, they're in fight mode. And it's not really a good place, because people then can't approach you. They can't share with you. They can't connect with you. If you're always right and you're never wrong, that makes somebody else feel really bad. And less too. And so what you're doing, what's been done to you, you're doing to others. And that's throwing somebody under the bus when you don't even realize you're throwing somebody under the bus. It's quite interesting for you, Aries. Quite interesting. And there's this feeling of like, I feel like you're trapped in a situation right now. You've been hurt before and you're scared. You don't like I feel like right now you're looking back in the past and you're thinking about how you've been hurt. But this negative energy is blocking you from moving on, because this person is not facing the future. They're looking at the past. It's very, very strange. This energy is coming towards you. Okay, so what's right around the corner you don't see coming is like I feel like you're going to leap. This is what it is. You're going to leap out of whatever the situation you're in. You're going to take a flying leap. And you're going to be jumping for joy when you do. I feel like you need to get out of this relationship that you're in that causes this. You could be weighing leaving, actually, because you have the juggler going back and forth. And maybe the reason you don't want to leave is because of the money. You're staying in this relationship for the money. And that's not good. That's never good. No. It could be if you're not in a relationship and you're single, you're afraid of getting hurt again because your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend, you fought a lot with them and it caused a lot of great hurt. But going forward, I feel like that energy is really going to be in the past and you're going to be moving on from that. One way or the other, Aries, the future looks a lot brighter. I feel like the end of October into November is much, much better for you. And the energy coming in from the outside is this total focus and concentration. Now, this is not necessarily bad for you, Aries, but it's also not necessarily the best because you want to be focused on your surroundings. Aries have a difficult time getting from A to B because they get distracted. They get very distracted. So it's good that you're concentrating, but don't let that concentration fool you. Because there are things that are going on around you that you need to pay attention of, okay? And you need to slow down. And that's what the Mercury retrograde is all about. It's all about slowing down. And I know you want to forge ahead. You've got this, so maybe it's like a burst of energy. But I feel like you have blood sugar problems. And I did post a video. I did post a link to this supplement that I recommend for people who have blood sugar problems. It's really cool. It's a really cool supplement. And I strongly recommend that for you because you've got this high, it's like this low depression type energy, and then you've got this high. So I don't know what's going on. I feel like maybe you're taking some stuff that's maybe it's going to make you feel better, like an antidepressant. But you also may have depression. You might suffer from depression, and so it's like you're going to be coming out of this funk that you're in soon. Within a couple days to a couple weeks. What was I doing? Oh, that's right. It's interesting. I feel like I don't know. This is a very emotional card. This is where your emotions are at. And there's this guy in this picture. So it's sort of like, and the guy is a Libra, and Aries and Libras constantly go together. So I feel like if you're a Libra, this is you, and your relationship with this Aries. If you're a guy and you're a Libra, you're in a relationship with a female Aries. And if you're female Aries, you may be in a relationship. If you're a female Aries and you're watching this, you may be in a relationship with a Libra guy. And this Libra guy is kind of riding the waves of emotion. It's just like he's able to let a lot of things go. But the thing is, he's bottling what he doesn't realize he's bottling, and eventually the cork is gonna pop. Because of all that. There's too much emotion inside. There's too much pressure inside him, and eventually it's like he's gonna blow. So you just need to be aware of that because you don't want to have this with him. Do not get aggressive with him. Do not stick the sword in. Do not do battle with him. He doesn't deserve it, number one. And number two, it's just you're gonna get hurt too in the process. And then your attitude is the strength card. It's, again, it's you're a female Aries and you have a lot of control. I kind of feel like overall now looking at the cards, I feel like you're maybe one of the more, some of you, not all of you, are the more strong Aries. But you also could have you could be like in an Aries relationship where you're an Aries and you're in a relationship with an Aries guy. And there's this fight for control there. Either way, you have a lot of strength. You don't even realize your own strength. You need to get in touch with that, and figure out, be like, okay, I guess I am really strong, and I didn't even realize that I'm really strong, and I just need to kind of tone it down a little bit, and you'll be fine, basically. And then the star card is the outcome, which is beautiful, beautiful. And we got this in the position we got this in the Aquarius video too. Star card's been coming up a lot. I feel like right now, the energy from the stars is very, very supportive. It's very, very healing, rejuvenative. Going into the end of October, I feel like we're going to be coming out of Mercury in retrograde, so that's going to be nice. And you're going to be going through this. You're coming through this time, and you're going to end up okay, and you're going to be healed, and money's going to be rolling in somehow for you, or you may be able to save more money than you did before in the past, and you won't have to worry so much, but it's a great, great outcome for you, Aries. So I feel like because we have such differences between this mid-October video and the end of October, what I had in my last video, my suggestion is for you is to go back and watch my October video for Aries and see if there's anything that you specifically did that changed or shifted that energy. Because if you did, then the outcome's going to be a lot better for you. If you didn't shift with the energy, then I feel like the outcome is going to be more negative. So, because this is just the mid-October, this is just kind of what's going on in the moment, and I feel like it's still possible for you guys to get to a point where the fighting gets to a point in your relationship where you actually need to do something about it. And I would encourage you to do so. I would do something. The thing is Aries are very reactive. They don't actually make a move until something prompts them to do it. They'll wait until the very last minute. This is not a time to do that, you know? Although, this is Mercury retrograde, but it's coming to an end soon. So, my suggestion is you really want to get on it right now. Call up an attorney if you need to. Review any documents that you need to, because this is a good time to review and revisit things. So, just review those things and really think things through as far as what your plan is for the future. But I do feel like right now the stars are really like shining on you, and you have a lot of energy and power. That soon, if you don't feel like it right now, if you've been, you know, like I said, going through a lot of fighting and arguments and this cycle of fighting and then feeling hurt, fighting and feeling hurt. And a card just popped out at me. I was kind of doing a little shuffling, and it says, interesting that I got this, and this is spinning the wheel, telling the universe you're going for X, Y, and Z. This is what you want. You need to decide what it is you want, and you need to take action to do it. And you know, Mercury retrograde or no Mercury retrograde, it's time. I feel like it's time for you guys to really do something about the situation that you're in and make a change. And I think that's it. That's all that I'm really getting. So I will see you guys for my November videos, which I'm going to be doing very close to, I don't know if it's going to be November 1st or not, but we'll see. It might even get done a little bit sooner than that. We'll see. But thank you so much for watching, commenting, and sharing. If you would like a private reading, feel free to email me at elizabetholson31@gmail, and we can set something up. Thank you so much. All right. Big hugs. Big kisses. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Okay. Take care.